Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Leah and most of my videos are focused on unsolved crimes and mysteries. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. The case we're going to be talking about today is probably one of the worst disaster cases that I ever covered. It is beyond devastating. We're going to be talking about 238 people that went on a very well-deserved holiday in Turkey. They wanted to relax, they wanted to spend time with their friends and family and create a lot of beautiful memories together. But instead, they ended up living their worst nightmare. As most of you know, I live in Turkey and I hear about this case on the news every single day. When it first came out, I took a lot of the videos from the internet because the government, they have a habit of shutting everything down because they don't like this kind of news to be shared with the world. Actually, I'm very happy I did that because a lot of the videos that I took from the internet, they have already been removed. It's unbelievable. Normally, I am terrified of sharing disaster stories from Turkey because you don't know if you're going to be arrested for doing that because there is no freedom of speech. But this time, I'm going to take my chances. I don't want to be shut down. I don't want to be arrested. But these people, they deserve awareness. They deserve justice and they deserve that people, they listen. So if you're ready, wish me luck and let's do this. Most people in Turkey are very hardworking people. They are very focused on their families and their careers, and it's very important to them to look after their families. But once in a while, you just need to finish up that last meeting, close your laptop, put down the pen, and go on a very well-deserved holiday. Some people like to go to the big cities and go sightseeing. Other people, they love a lazy holiday on the beach, while other people, they enjoy a luxurious ski resort. And that's exactly what these people, they did. On January 20th, 2025, 238 people were checked in at the Grand Kartal Hotel, located in the Kuruglu Mountains. It's a beautiful ski resort in a city called Bolu. For those of you that doesn't know Bolu, it's located between Istanbul and Ankara in Turkey. The Grand Kartal is a hotel full of luxury. It's a 4-star hotel. Their hotel rooms, they are so beautiful. There's indoor swimming pools, hot tubs, Turkish hammam and spa. They also have a fitness center, game room, a bar and a lounge. There's a business center, there's supervised kids' activities, there's children's play area and babysitting service. There's barbecue grills, there's a first-class restaurant, there is ski equipment hire service and so much more. This is a very famous and well-known hotel. People, they love it and they always come back to visit year after year. On January 20th, 2025, it was a beautiful day at the ski resort in the Kuruglu Mountains. People were outside with friends and families, having a great time and so much fun. Some people were skiing, some people were snowboarding. Children were playing with their parents in the snow. They were building snowmen, they were making snow angels, and they were having a really good time. After a long day, the sun started to set and people were starting to get a bit tired. So they went back to the hotel and up to their room where they took a nice warm shower and then they got ready to join their family and friends for a nice dinner at the hotel restaurant. People arrived at the restaurant and was amazed by the beautiful, delicious first-class buffet. They filled their plates and sat down by their tables. And not long after, conversations and laughter filled the room. They were all sharing stories from today's event and everyone was happy and really enjoyed the quality time with their friends and families. Later that night, people were tired and some of the children, they were half asleep, leaning on their parents. They decided to go back up to their rooms and get a good night's sleep while they were so excited about all the activities they had planned out for the next day. It didn't take long before people were fast asleep and the hotel went completely quiet. And that's when their worst nightmare unfolded. At 3:27 a.m., people woke up to a lot of commotion outside their rooms. There were people in the hallways banging on every single door in the hotel, screaming and shouting and telling people to wake up and get out of the hotel. It turned out that a fire had started on the 4th floor, and it was spreading very, very fast because the whole structure of the hotel was made of wood. People panicked and jumped out of bed. They woke up the rest of their family and their children and did everything they could to get out of the hotel safely. Black thick smoke was filling the hotel and the flames were spreading very fast from floor to floor and from room to room. The heat was unbearable. Some people found the emergency exit signs with an arrow telling them which way to go. Allegedly, the signs, they were not accurate, and people were running back and forth in the hallways. Some of them managed to find the fire escape. In there was no fire, but the stairs were covered in carpets, and it was so full of smoke that people couldn't see anything. Other people were trapped in their rooms, and it was impossible for them to get out. They opened the windows and was screaming for help and asking people outside how they could get out. The people outside the hotel put out mattresses under the windows, so if some people fell or jumped out of the windows, there was a chance they would survive. They also put ladders up against the walls of the hotel, trying to help people get out. And some people inside the hotel rooms, they would tie sheets together and use them as a rope to climb down from their windows. The fire department had been called, but they were located so far away that it took them almost 1 hour to get there. Ambulances, 12 fire trucks and 40 firefighters arrived, and immediately they started hosing down the hotel, desperately trying to get control of the fire. Eventually, they got the fire under control, and a team of firefighters went inside trying to locate people and hopefully get them out safe. But they were met by absolute horror. The people they found inside were deceased, and they were burned so badly that they were unrecognizable. They were taken to the hospital where a medical examiner tried to identify them by doing a DNA test, but that was also impossible. 79 people lost their life that day, and 36 of them were children. 51 people were injured with burns and smoke poisoning. Like I said in the beginning of the video, when you live in Turkey, you hear about this case every day on the news. I'm not Turkish, but my partner is, and he has been translating and explaining so many things to me. It was said that the hotel's safety measures, they were not in place. The fire escape was inside the hotel and not outside like on other hotels. There were no smoke or fire alarms. There were no sprinkler system, which explains why no one heard any kind of alarm go off. 9 people have been arrested, including the owner of the hotel. They claim that the fire started in the kitchen, but rumors say that the chef was cooking when the fire broke out, and it was definitely not coming from the kitchen. The investigation is still ongoing, so we don't know the who or why yet. And I don't want to start guessing and start a lot of rumors. So we just have to wait for the investigators to do what they do best. These poor people, they deserve answers and justice for their loved ones.
BBC Turkish reporter Ezra Yalçınak joins us now from the town of Bolu, where this tragedy occurred. Thank you, Ezra, so much for being with us. You went to the funeral home for one of the victims. What more are you learning about those who lost their lives? What did the family members tell you?
Yes, it was a school holiday. It was a 2-week school holiday that started on Monday, and then the next morning this happens. So you can expect that there are many families with their kids and trying to enjoy the holiday at a ski resort. It's a well-established ski resort, matter of fact. It has been around for decades. It was a trustworthy institution, but nobody could have guessed that this could happen there. We went to one of the funerals today, one of the first ones taking place at a mosque, and we talked to the friends and the family and just general public who attended this funeral. Some of them were saying that no one can choose their death, so this was part of fate. This was part of what God has written for them. But some were asking questions. Some were asking questions regarding the fire precautions, fire regulations, the fire inspections that took place at the hotel. There's an ongoing public discussion regarding whose jurisdiction was to inspect this hotel. There are claims from the government, from the tourism and culture minister, that this hotel was properly inspected in 2021 and 2024, and it had the proper two fire stairs as it's supposed to. But on the other hand, the main opposition party's mayor, the mayor of Bolu, Tanju Özcan, is claiming that this hotel was not properly inspected, and there's definitely an ongoing public debate about who need to do what.
So, Ezra, can you confirm that there were not any working fire alarms in the hotel? And we're hearing from the owner of the hotel, who was among those that have been arrested. There are 12 people that we understand have been arrested in connection to this investigation. What do authorities believe happened?
At this point, there are 9 people arrested, and one of those people are the hotel's owner. This is the numbers from the Minister of Justice. And it has been reported that the survivors did not hear any fire alarms. They were woken up by people knocking on their doors and just woke up by the commotion taking place. So there were multiple reports of a fire alarm not existing, and also it has been reported that the fire started from the kitchen, from a regular cooking accident possibly, and there were no sprinklers, so the fire could fast take place and travel through the different floors and reach up to the top floor, to the ceiling, to the top floor of the hotel, which is a 12-story hotel, and it's located on a very steep hill. Therefore, the fire brigades, which were not present at the ski resort, the ski resort Kartal is 1 hour from the city center, and the fire brigade came 1 hour later. So there's a lot of discussion about what should have happened once a fire took place in this hotel.
My thoughts and prayers go out to all the families.